Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're doing a deep dive today on YouTube success.
Ooh, fun.
And get this, you might not need a ton of subscribers to start making money.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
For real. One of the YouTubers we're looking at today is making like $30,000 a month.
Seriously.
No joke. And it's not even from ads.
Wow. That's impressive. Got to hear more about that.
For sure. We've got these 3 awesome videos to break down Yuri Van Hofwegen,
Okay.
Creator Booth, and Jordan Welch, all about making your channel a moneymaker.
They're all such great creators with such different perspectives.
Right. I'm excited to dig in. Okay, so first up, Yuri Van Hofwegen. He says you don't have to wait for the YouTube Partner Program to start earning.
Interesting.
Like, forget those requirements. There's another way.
What's the secret sauce?
He calls it HPCP.
HPCP.
High Payout Commission Products.
Okay, so basically finding products with high commissions that you can promote.
Exactly. And he's not just talking about it. He shows you how he did it. Like, he made $6,000 from videos that only got a few thousand views each.
Dang, that's pretty good. What was he promoting?
A parental control app. Found a niche and just went for it.
Smart. You don't need millions of views if you're promoting the right products to the right people.
That's what he says. So how does this whole HPCP thing actually work?
Yeah, break it down for us.
Well, he lays out like 4 steps.
Okay, I'm listening.
It all starts with picking a niche, but like really laser focused.
So not just health, but vegan keto for runners or something.
Even more specific than that, like vegan keto for runners with knee problems.
Wow. Okay, getting super specific.
Yep. Then you got to find the right product stuff that solves problems for that tiny group of people.
And high-paying products, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He recommends digital products like online courses or software.
Higher commission rates, I bet.
Yeah, he's talking at least $250 per sale, maybe more.
So you don't need a ton of sales to start seeing some serious cash.
Exactly. Okay, now here comes the fun part. You've got your niche, you've got your product.
Time to make some videos.
But not just any videos. You got to know what people are actually searching for.
Oh, right. Keyword research.
Yep. Yuri uses this tool called vidIQ. It's pretty cool.
I've heard of that one. Helps you find those golden keywords.
Yeah, the ones that tons of people are searching for, but nobody's making videos about.
Low competition, high search volume. That's the sweet spot.
He even showed how he found a keyword with 0 competition.
Whoa, really? Talk about a blue ocean.
Right. Okay, so once you've got your keywords...
Got to sprinkle them into your titles, descriptions, all that good stuff.
It's all about SEO, baby.
Make YouTube love your videos so they show up in search.
He even had a whole section on structuring your video descriptions perfectly.
I struggle with that. I always feel like I'm just rambling.
Me too. His tips were really helpful, though.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, and he had one more super important point.
Hit me with it.
Be authentic. Like, choose products you actually believe in. And be honest.
Even if it means talking about the downsides.
He says it's key. People can spot a fake a mile away, so you got to be real with your audience.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a salesy, pushy YouTuber.
Totally. And finally, Yuri says patience and consistency are key.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. Building a channel takes time and effort.
So true. You can't expect to go viral overnight.
No, you got to put in the work, learn, and adapt as you go.
Well said. Yuri dropped some serious knowledge bombs in that video.
For sure. Now, are you ready for round 2 with Creator Booth?
Bring it on. He's got a whole different vibe.
Totally different, but equally insightful.
Can't wait to hear what brutal truths he's got for us.
Let's do it.
Oh, man. Creator Booth does not hold back.
Seriously, he dives right into the emotional stuff, like what it actually feels like to be a YouTuber, especially when you're just starting out.
That's so important. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, is it?
Definitely not. He calls them brutal truths. He's got like 40 of them. Things he learned after making hundreds of videos and getting millions of views.
Wow, 40. That's a lot of wisdom.
Right. Okay, so one of the first things he talks about is like the lack of support you might get from your friends and family.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. They probably don't get why you're spending so much time making videos.
Exactly. Or how hard it is to build an audience. Like, they might just see you messing around with your phone.
Right. And you're like, no, this is serious. I'm building a business.
Totally. And it can be really isolating when you're just starting out, feeling like nobody gets it.
Yeah, you need people who understand the struggle.
That's why Creator Booth's so big on connecting with other creators.
Find your tribe, those people who are on the same journey.
Exactly. He even suggests starting a group chat or finding an online community where you can all support each other.
Love that idea. It's so much easier when you've got people to cheer you on.
Totally. Okay, another brutal truth he drops is the need to think long-term.
Patience, patience, patience.
He actually says, think in 5-year timescales. because thinking in months will kill your dream.
Ooh, that's deep, but so true.
Right. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You got to be in it for the long haul.
And that's hard, especially when you see all these other creators seemingly blowing up overnight.
Totally. It's easy to compare yourself and feel like you're not doing enough.
You got to stay focused on your own journey
He talks about that too, like the importance of not comparing yourself to others.
and ignoring the haters.
Oh, yeah, the haters. He says it's a complete waste of time and energy to engage with them. Like, you're better off just focusing on the positive.
Ugh, the haters. They can be brutal.
But he's right. You got to just ignore them. Don't give them the satisfaction of a response.
And you know what else I think is so important? Remembering that the biggest channels aren't always the most profitable.
He talks about that too. He calls it the illusion of success.
Yeah, you might see someone with millions of subscribers and think they've made it, but they could be working themselves to the bone and barely scraping by.
Totally. And who wants that? It's about finding a balance, building a sustainable business that aligns with your values.
Preach. Okay, so we've talked about the emotional side of YouTube. What about some practical tips?
Oh, he's got tons. He's all about focusing on one platform at a time, batch filming your videos, and scheduling dedicated time for YouTube every day.
That's good advice. Treat it like a real job.
Exactly. He also talks about constantly improving your on-camera presence.
Even if you're already comfortable.
He says even if you're a natural, there's always room for improvement.
Fair enough. I guess it's like any skill you got to keep practicing.
Yep. And one more thing about content, he says, remember that most viewers have no idea who you are.
So start from scratch with each video.
Like, you've got to build credibility and provide value right away. Don't assume people already know you and love you.
Makes sense. Okay, what else?
Oh, he had this really interesting point about looking outside your niche for inspiration.
Ooh, I like that.
He says, when you're coming up with ideas, always look wider than just your niche, because there's a strong chance everyone in your niche is making the same mistake.
I never thought about it that way, but that's so true.
Right. Sometimes we get so focused on our little corner of the internet that we forget to look at what's working in other areas.
We can learn from everyone. Okay, I'm ready for more brutal truths.
Let's get into titles and thumbnails.
Ooh, yes. The clickbait masters.
He's got a lot to say about this. He's all about spending more time planning your titles and thumbnails than you think you need.
Wait, more time than the actual video.
He actually says that if you do your thumbnails last, your video's chances of success drop by 80%.
Wow, okay, I'm listening.
He emphasizes using dramatic, exciting language in your titles.
Clickbait 101.
Right, but keep them short, under 50 characters, and make sure your thumbnail has a clear hierarchy of information.
So the most important stuff stands out.
He even suggests using a famous face in your thumbnail to attract more views.
Sneaky. But I bet it works.
He does say to be careful with that one, though, because it can backfire if you rely on it too much.
Gotcha. Don't want people to only click because they recognize someone else's face.
Exactly. Oh, and this is one of my favorite tips. Make 3 thumbnails for every video.
So if one doesn't perform well, you've got backups ready to go.
That's the idea. It's all about testing and seeing what resonates with your audience.
Always be testing. That's the motto.
Amen to that. Okay, one more thing about branding.
Branding is so important, especially on YouTube.
Yeah, but Creator Booth says in the early days, it's actually better to test different styles than to try and stick to a rigid brand identity.
Really? I thought consistency was key.
He says consistency is important, but in the beginning, you need to experiment and see what works.
Makes sense. You might find that your initial branding isn't actually resonating with your target audience.
That's what he says. He sees so many small channels get stuck with a branded style that just isn't working.
So don't be afraid to switch things up.
Exactly. All right, moving on to scripting.
Ooh, the writing process.
Yeah.
Always a challenge.
Creator Booth is all about the hook, like that first few seconds that grab the viewer's attention.
Gotta make it count.
He suggests starting with a question your viewers are dying to know the answer to.
Or a really compelling visual.
Yeah, something that just draws them in. He also talks about avoiding procrastination and writer's block, which I know I struggle with.
Me too. Where are his tips?
He says set deadlines for your scripting process, even if they're just for yourself.
So you don't keep pushing it off forever.
Exactly. And finish your script a few days before you plan to film.
So you can come back to it with fresh eyes.
Exactly. He even recommends reading it out loud to yourself to catch any awkward phrasing.
That's a good one. Sometimes things sound different in your head.
Totally. Okay, this is one of his most impactful pieces of advice. Simplify your language and make your viewers feel smart.
Interesting. So, like, don't try to be too clever.
He actually says to treat your viewers like they're idiots.
Whoa. That's harsh.
He's not being serious, of course, but his point is that viewers don't care how smart you are. They just want to understand what you're talking about.
So dumb it down a bit.
Basically, he says you can't make things too easy to grasp.
Makes sense. Nobody wants to watch a video and feel confused the whole time.
He even suggests using metaphors and props to illustrate complex ideas.
Love that. It's like visual storytelling.
And he swears by it. He says one of his videos that got 900,000 views was super simple, and he was almost embarrassed to post it because he thought it was too basic.
But it worked. Proof that sometimes less is more.
Okay, I've got one more point from Creator Booth before we move on to Jordan Welch.
Hit me with it.
This one's about copycats.
Ooh, every creator's nightmare.
He says when people copy you, it means you're being recognized as a top creator.
Interesting way to look at it.
Right, so don't waste time worrying about it. Just focus on being yourself.
So true. Okay, I'm ready for Jordan Welch.
He's got a whole framework for YouTube success.
A framework. Sounds intriguing.
He calls it get moving, get better, get paid.
Catchy. Love it.
It's all about taking action, improving your skills, and ultimately making money from your channel.
Sounds like a winning formula.
He starts by sharing his own story, how he grew his channel to over 1.5 million subscribers and made over $10 million just from YouTube.
Wow. Talk about goals.
Right. And he breaks it all down into these manageable steps.
So you're not just staring at this huge mountain thinking, how do I even get started?
Exactly. Okay, so level 1 is get moving.
All right. What does that entail?
His big message here is just start posting videos. Like, don't wait for them to be perfect.
Just get something out there.
Exactly. He encourages new creators to post their first 3 videos without overthinking it.
No perfectionism allowed.
He says that's why so many beginners fail. They get bogged down in the technical details and never actually start.
Analysis paralysis. I've been there.
He even shared that his first 3 videos were literally him talking over PowerPoint slides about e-commerce.
Seriously. And those did well.
Well, they got him started. And he learned a ton from the process.
It's all about learning as you go, right?
Exactly. Okay, so once you've got those first few videos out there, it's time to get better.
Level 2? Time to step up the game.
Jordan compares YouTube to a boxing match.
A boxing match.
He says it's the longest match of your life, and you got to be prepared to go the distance.
That's intense. I like it.
He emphasizes the importance of getting clear on your why, like why are you doing this in the first place?
Yeah, that's so important. What's your motivation? What are you hoping to achieve?
He says you got to know whether you're treating YouTube as a hobby or a business.
Because they require different levels of commitment. Right?
Exactly. And if you're serious about making it a business, you got to understand the game.
The game being the YouTube algorithm.
You got it. Jordan talks about how he posted consistently for weeks without seeing any real traction until he learned how the algorithm works.
That makes sense. You got to know the rules if you want to win.
And he breaks it down into 3 key things that YouTube looks for: clickability, watch time, and viewer satisfaction.
Okay, I'm taking notes. Clickability, watch time, viewer satisfaction.
Those are the metrics that YouTube uses to decide which videos to promote.
So we got to master all 3.
Let's break them down one by one. First up, clickability.
So making sure people actually click on your video.
Exactly. And Jordan says it all starts with the video idea.
Even more important than the title and thumbnail.
He says it's arguably the most important piece of the puzzle.
Wow, okay, I wouldn't have guessed that.
It makes sense though, right? If the idea isn't good, nobody's going to want to watch it, no matter how flashy your thumbnail is.
True. You got to have a solid foundation.
And the idea has to appeal to your target audience.
Know your audience, right?
He talks about how you could be answering a burning question they have, solving a problem, giving them hope for something better, or even helping them break through a limiting belief.
That's powerful stuff.
And he even shares how he gets inspiration from other creators.
So, like, see what's working in other niches and adapt it to your own.
He saw that videos about how to start dropshipping were doing really well, so he made his own video on the topic, and it became one of his most successful videos.
Smart. It's not about copying. It's about learning from what's already working.
Okay, now let's talk titles and thumbnails.
The art of the clickbait.
Jordan is all about planning your title and thumbnail before you even start filming.
Seriously. That's way ahead of the game.
He says that's how important they are. Like, they're the first thing people see, so they have to be good.
It's like the cover of a book, right? If it doesn't grab your attention, you're not going to pick it up.
He actually compares the thumbnail to a movie trailer. It should give people just enough information to want to watch without giving away the whole story.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
creates intrigue and builds anticipation.
He even shares how he used a controversial statement in one of his thumbnails, hard work doesn't matter, and it got tons of clicks.
People love a good controversy.
They do. Okay, so we've got people clicking on our videos, now we got to keep them watching.
Enter watch time.
This is a big one. Jordan says YouTube wants people to stay on the platform as long as possible because the more time they spend watching videos, the more ads they see, and the more money YouTube makes.
So it's all about keeping people engaged.
Exactly. And that means having a well-structured script with a captivating hook, clear points, and a good story.
Storytelling is so important. People connect with stories.
And Jordan says to write in a conversational style, like you're talking to a friend.
Keep it real. Keep it relatable.
He even has a test for his scripts. If his 15-year-old brother, 50-year-old mother, and 80-year-old grandmother can all understand it, then he knows he's done a good job.
Love that. That's a great way to make sure your content is accessible to a wide audience.
Okay, last piece of the algorithm puzzle. Viewer satisfaction.
This one's a bit harder to measure, right?
It is. But basically, it's how YouTube knows if people enjoyed your video.
So likes, comments, shares, all that good stuff.
Exactly. Jordan says it's about meeting or exceeding the viewer's expectations.
So deliver on your promises and then some.
And he suggests setting clear expectations with your title and thumbnail, and then over-delivering in the video.
Ooh, I like that strategy. Under promise, over deliver.
Right. Okay, we've covered get moving and get better. Now for the part everyone's waiting for, get paid.
Show me the money.
Jordan challenges the idea that you need millions of subscribers to make money on YouTube.
Because there are other ways to monetize your channel.
Exactly. He says relying solely on ad revenue can be risky, especially when you're just starting out.
Yeah, your income can fluctuate a lot depending on the algorithm.
So he recommends diversifying your income streams.
Multiple streams of income, that's the key to financial stability.
And he suggests 3 main strategies: coaching, creating digital products, and affiliate marketing.
Okay, let's break them down. What's the deal with coaching?
If you've positioned yourself as an expert in your niche, why not offer personalized coaching to help people achieve their goals?
That makes sense. You're already providing valuable information for free, so why not charge for more in-depth guidance?
Exactly. And coaching is a high-margin business. You don't have the overhead costs of physical products.
Do you keep more of the profits?
Jordan shares how he made his first $50,000 through coaching, even before he had 10,000 subscribers.
Wow, that's inspiring. Okay, what about digital products?
This is how Jordan made his first million from YouTube.
$1 million. Okay, I'm definitely interested.
He created an e-commerce training platform called Viral Vault, which generated over $5 million in revenue.
Dang. That's the power of digital products, right? They can scale like crazy.
Exactly. And he recently sold Viral Vault in a multi-million-dollar deal.
Talk about a success story. But creating a digital product takes a lot of work, right?
It does. You're basically condensing all your knowledge into one product.
So it's important to be passionate about the topic.
Jordan says if you don't enjoy the topic, it's going to be a long and painful process.
Makes sense. Okay, what if you're not ready to create a digital product?
Then affiliate marketing might be a good option. It's basically promoting other people's products and earning a commission.
I've heard of affiliate marketing, but I don't really know how it works.
It's pretty simple. You just include a special link in your video description, and if someone clicks on it and makes a purchase, you get a cut of the sale.
So you're leveraging your audience to promote products that you think they'll like.
Exactly. And Jordan says he's been one of the biggest Shopify affiliates for the past 3 years, and it's a significant source of passive income for him.
Wow, passive income is the dream. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground with Jordan. What's the main takeaway from his framework?
If you can master clickability, watch time, and viewer satisfaction, you'll be well on your way to winning the game of YouTube.
It's all about understanding the algorithm and giving YouTube what it wants.
And it's about providing genuine value to your audience. You can't just game the system. You got to create content that people actually want to watch.
And it takes time, right? You can't expect to become a YouTube sensation overnight.
No, it's a journey. But if you're consistent and you keep learning and improving, you can achieve amazing things. Man, there's just so much to unpack here.
Seriously, it's like they've given us the blueprint for YouTube success.
And you know what really struck me? How all 3 of them emphasized being authentic.
Yeah, like being real with your audience, not just trying to sell them something.
Yeah, exactly. Yuri talked about choosing products you actually believe in, even if they have some downsides.
Right, and Creator Booth said to let go of your ego and make content that you genuinely connect with.
And Jordan stressed the importance of being yourself on camera, like writing in a conversational style and sharing personal stories.
That's all about building trust, right? People can tell when you're being fake.
Totally. And it's not just about the content itself, it's about how you interact with your audience, too.
Like responding to comments and being active on social media.
Exactly. It's about building relationships, not just views.
So it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked a lot about YouTube, but I'm curious how these principles might apply to other platforms.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, could you use Yuri's HPCP strategy on Instagram? Or adapt Creator Booth's tips for titles and thumbnails to social media posts?
I think you could definitely apply a lot of these concepts.
Right. And what about Jordan's get moving, get better, get paid framework? Could you use that for something like building an email list or launching a podcast?
I think those principles are pretty universal.
Yeah, it's not just about YouTube. It's about understanding how to create great content and connect with people.
And that's what it all comes down to, right? Creating something valuable and sharing it with the world.
Exactly. So as you're working on your own projects, whether it's YouTube or something else, remember that it's about more than just the metrics.
It's about making a difference, connecting with people, and building something you're proud of.
Well said. So what are your final thoughts on all of this?
I'm just blown away by how much these creators have shared with us.
Me too. It's like a masterclass in online success.
And the biggest takeaway for me is that it's all possible.
Anyone can do this, right?
As long as you're willing to put in the work, learn from your mistakes,
Yeah.
and stay true to yourself.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So to all our listeners out there, go out there and create something amazing.
The world needs your unique voice.
And that's a wrap on this deep dive. We'll be back soon with more insights from the world of online business.
Until then, keep learning, keep creating, and keep pushing the boundaries.